close us in prayer. I'm just joking.
It's been one of those weeks again.
Yeah. I'm just giving you a hard time. I really am. I think here lately, most of us have had, it's been one of those months, the last few months, really.
Yes.
Is my Bible up there? Not much left in the bank.
No.
Okay. Yes.
Let's open with a word of prayer. Would you pray with me, please? Let me pray. Father, as we approach your divine throne of grace this evening, we thank you, Lord, for the opportunity together to study a portion of your word, to worship you, Lord. We ask Heavenly Father tonight that as we step into your sanctuary and step into your word, that we leave the cares of this world and the weights and the problems on the outside, Lord. We ask, Father, tonight that you would just bless your word as we prepare to study it. I pray, Father, tonight for teaching grace. I pray, Father, for the forgiveness of my sins and shortcomings. Make me appear a clean vessel used in your service tonight. Father, we'll be very, very careful to give Jesus praise and honor and glory for all things, for it's in Jesus' name we pray. Amen. This has been kind of a run day. I did the funeral of a fellow that I knew pretty well. Hopefully, once you pray for his wife and two of their neighbors. Actually, they live over on Hoyt Street, but they live closer to Earl Road. And three of the ladies told me that they'd come to church, so just pray for the Bird family. Clifford Bird was the fellow that I did the funeral for, and Cliff was a decent guy. He really was a really decent guy. I did Pam and Cliff's wedding here at the church about a year and a half ago. They have been together about 20 or 21 years. And they got married about a year and a half ago. And they're just sweet people. They really are. They need a lot of prayer. Bob?
I got basically four, two unspoken, and two of them on the dog farm. Somebody got into the computer system at the Social Security office, messed up the SSI. They cut it, now she got for all the paperwork again, we had grandstand, and they're going to do a full scale investigation after we did it. And it's possible maybe somebody in the office did it. Also, she got deteriorated jawbones. And she's doing that goes through surgery. It's going to cost about $63,000 for her, because they're going to have to go in, cut out the backbone, do whatever surgery they need to do, but put in what's called taking plates.
Man.
No, she will have a complete work over her jaw.
Keep Holly and Danny in mind in prayer. She called me today, and her husband Jason's Nana, they rushed her into the hospital last night. Sweet lady. They cannot find out where she's bleeding internally, and they can't find out why. So they were going through this. They was going to do a scope on her. She's in the ICU. She's down in Bloomington at the college. Nana, God, I don't even know her name. Nana McAllister. The Lord knows who Nana is. Just Nana McAllister is all I know her as. She needs an awesome lady. She needs a lot of prayer.
My mom, hopefully she finds out next week the results of that CAT scan she had to have, but she's just in horrible pain in her head, so that's what they did the CAT scan on, to try to figure out what's causing it.
And we got word yesterday that Seren's arm and wrist are both broken, our exchange students, so
Oh,
They said she went this far without the cast. They're not gonna do the cast, they're just gonna leave it because she waited too long, so.
oh. Is that gonna cause her any problems with being here? or-
No.
No?
They asked her if she wanted to go home and she said, no.
All right. Well, forgive me, if you have these, turn them off, put it on vibrate. I'm trying to remember to do that. I forget myself, okay? So, thank you. It's so, believe me, I know how easy it is to forget. I just forgot, and I was trying to remember to turn mine off, so we put a sign up out there. I'll try to remind us, and, you know, if I've forgotten, I'll turn mine off too, you know, so help me out here. I don't know if Steve can hear me or not, I think.
Look for the
Wait,
high
no,
sign.
wait,
That's the building set.
Does that make any difference if I turn that
Oh,
off?
yeah.
Okay. All right, I got
I thought I was going deaf or something.
top 12 states with the adult population obese. Indiana, number 8.
Yes.
Indiana, no. That's for our Monday night thing. I asked Steve, remember we was talking about that the other night, all right? I found the top 12, the number 1 obese state, Mississippi.
Wow.
Mississippi.
And I know, but like we discussed, that
Yeah.
9 out of the top 10 are also the most
Poor.
stricken in poverty.
Yeah, poverty stricken, yeah. Like Steve said, it's much easier, much cheaper to eat food that's not healthy for you, and we all know that.
Yes.
Okay, we all know that. Out of the 12, it started out with Mississippi, Missouri was number 12, and like I said, Indiana fell in there at number 8. All right, so we're not extremely bad, but
We're not good.
we're not good, yeah, but not bad, not bad. Steve's been running some studies on Monday nights. We've been trying to talk about some things that are healthier for us. It's really kind of a fascinating study. It's kind of interesting, kind of gross at times because it shows some of the things that happens to people. But come out, and if you'd like, just the information off of it is really neat. It really is. I think he's doing a good job, okay? I think we need to, we kind of hang around or get started late and hang around that, so we need to push it a little bit, and you know that Steve and I both, we get to talk, we can't get started at 6 o'clock. It'll be 6:30 and all right. Turn with me, if you would, tonight to Romans chapter 15. Romans chapter 15. I'm going to make some changes in what I've been doing because there's a need for it. And I'm bored with it. And if I'm bored with it, you've got to be bored with it because it won't come across. If I'm not excited about what I'm teaching, there's some things we need to be taught that are not exciting. They're just wrong. It's kind of like teaching basics in basketball or baseball or anything else. All right? We're saved by grace through faith, no works, period. That's a given. All right? We're baptized by immersion. That's a given. All right? There are some things, we have eternal security. That's a given. Those are all basics. Okay? We are going to go to heaven to be with the Lord when we die or He comes back. That's a given. My sermon text today for the funeral was Revelations 22 and 12. Behold, I come quickly and my reward is with me. All right? He's coming. That's a given. Those are things that we know for a fact. We should. All right? One of the things that I believe that we need to reiterate over and over and over and over. One of the things, I happen to be a Larry Bird fan, all right? For one thing, he was an Indiana boy. For another thing, he was not far from where we were from. French Lick's not a whole great distance from where we were from. But one thing that fascinated me about Larry Bird was his practice. Let's see, what do you call that when you do something over and over and over again? Routine, whatever. His practice routine.
Repetition.
If you don't know much about basketball, you know, you have a goal and have a line that runs down here, right, a baseline, and when you stand on it, the goal is kind of over here from you. Larry Bird would start out here, right here, and shoot real close. And then he would back up 2 or 3 steps and shoot. And back up till he got to the corner and shoot. And then he would start up the other line and shoot. And up the other line and shoot. And up the other line and shoot. Step up to the free throw line and shoot. Back to the baseline and shoot. If he missed anywhere, you're right, Tammy, back to here, shoot, 2 or 3 steps, 2 or 3 steps, shoot, and back around again. And if he missed, back here, bases, he dribbled up and down the floor, just dribbling. Any folks ever seen the Harlem Globetrotters? I mean, actually seen them in person. Meadowlark Lemons was unreal. That man could lay on the floor and bounce that ball so close to the floor, I never seen anybody could dribble like him. All right? Unreal. But that takes practice. And we as God's people, we need to go over the same thing sometimes over and over and over and over. And when I do that, somebody's going to say, can't you feed me anything but milk? Yes, but milk makes strong bones, and we need some strength. We need, if we don't have, Brian told his Sunday school teacher when he was a kid that he didn't want to go to heaven. And she said, how come? No, he didn't tell her, he told us, didn't he, Lynn? He told us he didn't want to go to heaven. And we said, how come? And he said, well, my Sunday school teacher said that we weren't going to have a body like this, no bones, no blood. Brian couldn't understand how he was going to function with no bones and no blood. He didn't want to go there. Okay? Real understandable for a child. You know, he didn't understand. I don't understand a glorified body. I just know that we're going to get one. And when the Lord had his, he could walk through walls, he could walk through doors, and he could eat fish.
Yeah.
So he could be touched. He could go through the air. He could materialize where he wanted. Write a science fiction sermon. There it is. All right. Hope. Hope is a basic for God's people. And all the gifts that God gives us, it goes down in the 13th chapter of Corinthians, in the love chapter. When it gets down to that verse, it says, and these three, the greatest of it is faith, hope, and charity, which is love. Right? These 3, but the greatest of these is love. The one thing that I want us to understand is faith. You're saved by faith. We get to heaven by faith. We do wildly crazy things for God by faith. Faith and hope are 2 different things. That's why I believe a person can commit suicide and go to heaven. They go to heaven on faith. They commit suicide because they lose hope. Right? There's a big difference. Big difference. That F-A-I-T, forsaking all I trust in, okay, that's for my salvation. Hope. Hope's a truly different thing. Now, you're going to laugh. I brought 3 Bibles because this subject is not, and we're just going to scratch it. The hope is like an itch. The more you dig at it, the more it itches. Okay? In Romans chapter 15 with me. I still got my funeral sermon marked. Romans chapter 15, start with verse 1. We then that are strong ought to bear the infirmities of the weak, and not to please ourselves. Let every one of us please his neighbor for his good to edification. For even Christ pleased not himself, but as it is written, the reproaches of them that reproached thee fell on me. For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning, that we through patience and comfort of the Scriptures might have hope. Now the God of patience and consolation grant you to be like-minded one toward another according to Christ Jesus, that ye may with one mind and one mouth glorify God, even the Father of our Lord Jesus Christ. Wherefore receive ye one another, as Christ also received us, to the glory of God. All right, let me stop. Any folks ever played a game named Candy Bars or Soda Pops? Or oh, you've never done that? Oh man, we have. We've done it with our children. All right. You start out, somebody names something, or slogans. Let me see how good you are. Good to the last drop. Maxwell House. Okay. Good. Campbell's soup. All right. Johnny the Baptist on the internet preaches, he calls them Campbell's soup sermons. He said they're good. I like that old boy. I may not agree with everything he preaches, but I like him. Okay. Don't leave home without it. American Express. All right. How about you're in good hands? Allstate.
No, you're not.
There's a sign on 400 that says that Allstate's hands get arthritic when you have an accident.
Yeah.
But we know the slogan, okay? We know the slogan. How about Zoom, Zoom?
Zoom, zoom. Oh, I know it. I can't think of it.
That's a teeth whitening, isn't it?
No. Do you know what it is, Lynn?
Is it Mazda?
Mazda.
Yeah.
It is Mazda.
Yeah, forget.
All right, it is Mazda. All right. How about Just Do It?
Nike.
Nike. All right. Slogans help a company pinpoint what their goal is, what they're known for. Right? I read about a church recently whose slogan, they had a slogan for the church. Their slogan was the House of Hope. The House of Hope. That's not a bad slogan at all. Not at all. We are free here. Our slogan has kind of been, with freedom comes responsibility. Right? Brother Eric Nelson came up with that a long time ago. He said, we are free. We're free to do nearly anything. But with that freedom comes responsibility. I see beer commercials on TV. And then down at the very bottom, in fine print, says, drink responsibly. Okay? Drink responsibly. Well, we have freedom, but we need to use that freedom responsibly. All right? That's kind of our slogan. All right? But I like hope. All right? Hope. If we are free, then we have freedom to hope that God can do, God can take care of. Take a look at a couple. He is, verse 13 in our text. Now the God of what? Hope. He is the God of hope. Now, faith is the substance of things, what? What's it say, Candace? Hope for. Now, faith is the substance of things hoped for. I hope I'm going to heaven, and by faith, I'll get there.
Amen.
I hope that God's going to take care of Freedom Missionary Baptist Church. By faith, it will, if I do what God tells me to do.
Amen.
All right? James says, you can tell me you've got faith, but your faith works.
Amen.
Put your feet where your mouth is.
Amen.
Put your pocketbook where your mouth is. Put your hands where your mouth is. That's kind of what James, now James wouldn't say that back then, okay? But that's what it means. Do something. Somebody told me one time, do something even if it's wrong. Do something.
My mother used to do that.
All right, do something. I have a friend I grew up with, and I'll probably told this story before. His name's Charlie Brown. He's kind of like Charlie Brown. He's well, but he wasn't like that. He was very intelligent. He was big. Charlie was big with his kids. He wasn't that big now. I think that boy was that big with his kids. All right, wore thick glasses and was real gentle. Hated violence, but strong as a bull. We used to get in hassles with kids from other cities, especially with basketball games and stuff, just dumb kid stuff, you know. And we got in a hassle with some guys from Greencastle one time in a gas station parking lot, and Rick did.
Rick looked up at Charlie and said, "Charlie, for God's sake, hit somebody!"
So Charlie just put his paw in his other hand and stepped out there and went, boop! Boop! Now, Rick was saying, do something, Charlie, don't just stand there. He had the ability, but he didn't like to do it. But they were in trouble. Sometimes the church is like that. We have hope. We have the people that can do it. They may not like to do it. They may not want to do it. But if we need it, step up and poke somebody. Poke somebody. That's not what I want you to do. Step up and do what needs to be done. Okay? Hope. Right? He's the God of hope. The scriptures. Go back up to verse 4 in chapter 15. For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning, that we through patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope. I just read a whole bunch of verses in Isaiah that said that if we came in to serve the Lord, He would take care of us like He takes care of Israel. And Israel is God's wife. He got mad at her once and divorced her, remarried her. Dig that one up. Because the New Testament says God hates divorce. He is. Yeah, He does. He said He did. But He divorced His wife and remarried her. So we're not supposed to do that too. Now listen, God can do what God wants to do.
Amen.
All right? I think sometimes people get this, oh, you've been married before? Yeah. Well, with God. And they go, no. Better do some reading. Hope. Hope. Too many people try to make you lose hope over nothing. All right? Nothing. There's things going on in my life right now I cannot see I don't know how they're gonna work out, don't know how they're gonna have an end. I don't know where it's at, don't know where the end's at, don't know what's gonna happen, don't know what I gotta do. All I can do is have hope that somehow, somewhere, there's an answer. Okay? Gotta have hope. You know, that's a real difficult thing. Colossians. If you want to turn there, chapter 1, verse 23. It says, should, I think, say something about the hope of the gospel. Is that it?
Amen.
If we continue in the faith, grounded and settled, and be not moved away from the hope of the gospel which you have heard, and which was preached to every creature which is under heaven, whereof I, Paul, am made a minister. If I want you to understand something, now, I don't want to scare anybody, so be prepared. Rick, that's the stupidest way I ever seen for you to do something. Gee, many crap, what's the matter with you? No,
Me up this time.
not the right way to do it.
That's five
I go up to
words.
Rick and say, Rick, you know, more than likely I've done it that way. Hey, Rick, I've done it that way, and it messed up. It won't work. Let me tell you what I tried. You tell me what you think. Let's work something out here. Okay? All right. I can't imagine Paul screaming at the Christians and telling them how stupid they were. I can imagine him putting his arm around them, telling them how much God loves them. This is the way to do it. This is the way to have hope. This is what to expect from God. Okay? So, hope. The hope of the gospel. The hope of. Did we read 1 and 27 also? All right. Go to Colossians chapter 1 and verse 27. To whom God would make known what is the riches of the glory of this mystery among the Gentiles, which is Christ in you, the hope of glory. Oh, wait a minute. It's not where I go to church, it's Christ in me. Christ in me. That's my hope. Christ in me. Of all the things that I need to teach is that you need Christ in you. That's the one thing that we need. We don't need to be Baptist. We don't need to be baptized. We don't need to be in it. We need Jesus Christ in us. And we get that by faith. Get that by faith. Once we have it by faith, then we have hope. Then we have hope. Some people just, hope, hope goes with church. Anybody like Peyton Manning? Oh, me too. I like Peyton Manning. Well, hope goes with church like Peyton Manning goes with football. All right. Or Eli if you want to, but Eli just started playing.
You don't like Indianapolis anymore.
No, he's not. No, he's not. Matter of fact, the Bears just lost the game. Peyton Manning, or Eli, not Peyton. Eli wasn't it? Peyton was
Playing for
okay.
Denver.
Can't keep them. I don't follow sports close, okay? Just don't get in trouble. Anybody know LeBron James?
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't like him either? Well, he kind of goes with basketball.
Not as well as
basketball.
Michael Jordan.
Yeah. There's some good guys. How about Bill Gates and Microsoft?
Yep.
Okay. Fried chicken, Baptist preacher? No. I'm not kidding. I went to the funeral dinner today. One entree, fried chicken.
because they're smart people.
Yep.
I got no problem with that. The rest of you go sit down. I just, no, I call them please. Excuse me. All right. Hope. The church should be a beacon of hope. People ought to be able to look at the church, and say, that's our hope on earth here. You're not going to find hope in the daily newspaper. You're not going to find hope on the news. If you come to the Monday night weight studies, you're not going to find a whole lot of that. Some of the things we've discovered there are just awful. Awful. I'm afraid of what my insides look like anymore. I'm scared. But those films do offer hope. Because what was amazing is they showed this one picture of how messed up this organ could be. And then it showed what a normal one should be. And then right over here, I mean, just a little bit of change, and it brought this organ back to almost normal, completely normal. So there is hope. And it doesn't take a lot of effort. But it sure scares the bejesus out of you. No, Lynn, that's scary. Scary. If I keep talking, Steve will say, I'm not running them. No.
I just heard him say
Yeah.
he was saying
They come out with this thing that's supposed to look like a fat module, and I don't want to see that. I've seen them things before. When I got out of the hospital, the nutritionist come in and laid 2 big ones down in front of me. He said, these are fat modules. They represent 10 pounds of fat. Bones wouldn't know anything about that. I'm picking on you.
I know.
I'm picking on you. All right. Here at Freedom Missionary Baptist Church, there's help for the strong. For hope. I literally hate it when my wife and I get down both at the same time. Yeah, we get discouraged. Yeah. Preachers get discouraged. Preachers' wives get discouraged. God help us if it happens on the same day. And if one of us is coming out of it and the other one wakes up still discouraged, that's bad too. We need hope. Hope. Is there a light? Is this ever going to end? Yes. I can tell you yes. When? You may have to go home. And I don't mean home to your house, I mean home to heaven. But it will end. Don't know. Cliff was 64 years old. Didn't know he was sick. Came back from a trip with a friend of his. They were in the O'Hare Airport baggage area. His buddy bent to pick up his luggage, turned around, and Cliff had bent to pick his up and just gone. Gone. Now, we don't know. That scripture in Revelations, I told Lynn when I got ready for the message, I said, you know, I told Pam, his wife, I said, you know, I think that an angel tapped Cliff on the shoulder and said, Cliff, I know you like to cook. You're cooking tonight. You're cooking. Cliff would have said, here I come, ready or not. If you'd have known Cliff, he's a character. He was a character. We need the strong. We need somebody to say, yes, yes, we can get through this. Money crisis, yes. Family crisis, yes. Health crisis, yes. One way or the other, we can get through it. Do we ever think we will sometimes? No, I have been there. I've been there thinking this is never gonna end. Am I ever gonna feel better? I told Lynn, I'm not gonna ask her. I told Lynn, I said, you know what? If getting old means when you wake up, you're tired, I don't like this.
And I'm getting old.
Because I used to wake up and jump out of bed and I'm ready to go. Now I roll out of bed and hope my feet hit the floor, you know.
Jump up, get 20 minutes of exercise, and get ready to go to work.
I used to absolutely love mornings. Now I have to set an alarm and I use the snooze.
Best invention ever made.
Lynn bought me a Blues Clues clock about that big that barks at you. I do not use that clock. There is no way in the world I'm gonna wake up to Blues Clues dog barking at me. But if we ever lose power, it'll work. It's not a plug-in clock. All right. Go back to verses 1 and 2 in Romans 15. Romans 15. And I want you to notice two words in verses 1 and 2. Romans chapter 15, verses 1 and 2. We then that are strong ought to bear the infirmities of the weak and not to please ourselves. Let every one of us please his neighbor for his good edification. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I ought to bear the infirmities of weak people. Ought to. The funeral today, as the family got up, everybody else had gone, was the lady that was sitting, who was all way over by herself. I know who she is. And I know why everybody walked off and left her sitting there. But, I'm in.
She didn't come in. She's gonna have you pick her up.
I'm sorry.
She had a cane, and when she got up, she couldn't hardly stand. I walked over, got her arm, we went up to the casket, and I tried to turn loose. I let go. And she had me pinned. She was not going to let go. Why? Because she was. Okay. So I held her arm. We got out in the hall. We were going out for the military part of the service. And I said, that's a very long haul. Can you make it? She said, can you walk me down it? Yeah. I'm walking down. Got out fine. Then leave a chair. I said, do you need a chair? She said, you can stand here. Yeah. Ought. There. Somebody here at church not doing what they're supposed to be doing. Might be clinging. Might be holding on. We ought to bear. Inconvenient sometimes? Yes. Put in more than you have to sometimes? Yeah. Give more time? Yeah. teach 2 classes instead of 1? Yeah. Sometimes. But we need to help them grow. Because if they don't grow, then we die. We die. We ought to, that word says, bear now. Ought. I hate to do this, because if I was sitting up there, I'd be going, permeate. The etymology of the word ought means that we owe something, okay? The root, that's a better word. The root for that word means we owe something. There's a duty, an obligation, okay? We have an obligation. We ought to help weaker people, not punish them. Okay? It says bear. The Greek word for bear, and I know it doesn't make any difference, but it's bastizo. And it means to pick up a heavy burden. Okay? Pick up a heavy burden. Steve's trying to learn some language for there. You know, there's some words that sound like our words baptized, that the Greek word for our baptized is baptizo. That means to dunk under. John the Baptist was actually John the dunk under. Sprinklers were in these, completely different words. Okay, but that's something else. Spiritual walk. Most of you do not know what goes on in my private life. I don't tell you. It's really none of your business. Except when it affects how I can function here. And then I'm going to ask you to pray for me. When I ask you to pray for me, I need prayers, and I need it desperate.
Amen.
I'm tired, I'm overwhelmed, I don't know. I need prayers. I need to know which direction to go. I need to know exactly what to do. I don't know what's going on in your life unless you tell me. Unless you come up to me and say, you don't have to tell me, you can say, Brother McKinney, I need prayer now. Okay? If you tell me now, if you tell me in the doorway, we're going to pray. If you tell me up here, we're going to pray. I will do that with you. I will do that with you. I prayed in the middle of mud fields with kids at camp with my suit on. I don't care. I really don't. I don't care. If you tell me I need it now, then let's pray right now. Okay? I want you to do the same thing with me. If I need prayer and I say, look, I need prayer, then pray for me. I need it bad. Right? Someone ought to bear, someone who is spiritually strong, picking up someone that's spiritually weak. Have you ever tried to pick something up that you thought you could pick up and found out you couldn't pick it up?
All the time.
This happened to me years ago. I was still working. Pretty good shape, I thought. Little kid on the couch. Right in there. Snatched that kid up and went to turn it. Oh, my goodness. I have more weight than I thought. Kid. But you don't pick weight up like that and go,
No.
wrong thing to do. Should have picked up and went, that'd have been okay. Wrong way to do it. I don't know how many times I've tried to do something spiritually and snatch it up and up. Wrong way to turn. sometimes we need to help each other spiritually, and it's not because we can't do it, it might be because we try to do it the wrong way, okay? Wrong way. Oh. Hurt me a little something. No, I didn't. You've heard what's that? That song about, ain't he heavy? No, he's my brother. There's a story about a woman who had a handicapped child, and right after she got married, right after high school, and about 25 years later, she ran into a friend of hers who was uptown, and the friend said, "My goodness, Ethel, I haven't seen you for 25 years. You just disappeared." She said, "Well, I didn't get out much." And her friend said, "I know." She said, "Well, I have a child that takes a lot of care. I just don't get out." And her friend said, "That's awful." Ethel said, "No, it's not awful. It's my child. My child." You should have seen Debbie and Melissa taking care of their daughter.
Yeah.
Watch people. They don't think it's a problem. My wife and I the other day were someplace, and we stopped to get a sandwich. It's been a few weeks ago or something like that. There was an old gentleman sitting at a table with, I guess, his son, I'm supposing. And he was trying to eat. Now, he could hold a fork better than I can. He had the fork. Problem is, he was having a hard time getting the food. Picked up a thing of crackers and dropped it. And he was trying to lean over, he's in a wheelchair, trying to lean over his wheelchair to get the crackers, and the sun didn't see it. I did. Got out of my seat, get the crackers up on the table, back inside. I never said hi, bye, just pick the crackers up, went back on the table. Somebody needed help, just a little bit. Okay? Well, sometimes that's all we need, just a little bit. You got the crackers open, you got them in the soup. I was looking for another opportunity. Listen, the first time when my hands really got messed up, my wife and I was at a restaurant, we went to cut my steak, and I couldn't hold the knife because I hadn't figured out how to do that. And my wife said, "You want me to cut that for you?" And I said, "No, I'm not a kid." Well, I got to take that knife and put it in my hand and put my thumb on it because I can only use those two to hold it because these ones are closed. I can cut my meat.
I had to cut less.
I felt bad. She still opens my pop bottles for me. I can't close my hand. I'm lucky. Once in a while I get one open. I'm like a kid. Woo! Hey, Lynn, I got this thing open. Woo! Really, it's celebration time. I'll open a pop bottle. Whoopee! But most of the time I can't do it. All right? Spiritually, people are like that. Spiritually, people are like that. All right? Freedom Missionary Baptist Church. This is a place where weakness ought to be met with strength. How many people today ask me, "What kind of church are you?" Baptist. Let me explain. Because the minute you say Baptist, they close their ears most of the time. I said, the Lord started this church for hurting people. He started this church for people who didn't fit in other places. That's why we're not like everybody else.
Amen.
That's why we don't do things like everybody else does.
Amen.
If we did things like everybody else, we'd be like any other Baptist church. We are not. We are not. There are some folks here that may do things that we don't agree with, we don't like. That's okay. Pray for them. Ask the Lord to help them. Maybe you're wrong, or I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Okay? Pray about it. Pray about it. Have hope. Don't take their hope away. Don't take their hope. There's too many people hoping. I told you about the guy that woke up hungry one night, didn't it? A preacher. And I can't remember now what town he was in, but anyway, he started down the street looking for a place to get a bite to eat. The only place that was open was a bar. He was hungry, so he went in. He ordered a sandwich and a pop and was sitting there, and some girls, young ladies came in. You know, they were laughing, having a good time, and just, you know. And he asked the bartender, he said, "What are those girls? They just get off work?" He said, "Well, yeah, kinda." And the preacher, "What do you mean kinda?" He said, "Well, they're prostitutes. They've been on the street all night. They're going home." And he heard one of them say that the next week was her birthday. Tony Campbell's the man's name. Right? The next week was her birthday. And the guy, he asked him, he said, "Do they come in here every night like this?" And he said, "Yeah, every night." The next week, on her birthday, the preacher went back. He took a cake. And when the girls come in, he walked over to the table and he set the cake down and he said, "Happy birthday." And the girls just looked and one of the girls said, "Happy birthday to you." He said, "Well, isn't today your birthday?" And she said, "Yeah." And that was for you. Happy birthday. Well, at first she left. Bothered her that she come back. If I remember the story right, she took the cake. Her cake. Right. Campbell didn't care. It was her birthday. He went back and sat out the bar to have another sandwich. And the bartender said, "What in the world? Who are you? What made you do that?" He said, "I'm just a preacher." And the bartender said, "Where?" And Campbell said, "Such and such a church." And the bartender said, "I don't believe that." He said, "If there was a church that actually had a preacher that bought birthday cakes for whores, I'd go there." And Campbell said, "Come on." Come on. All right. I'm not telling us that we need to buy birthday cakes for prostitutes, but I am telling us that we need to welcome people, give people hope.
Amen.
Hope. Turn with me to the 142nd Psalms, verse 4. We'll close with this. I don't know how many times that people have felt lonely. You know, if I come to your house to talk to you and you don't turn your TV off, and your eyes are glued to your TV while I'm talking to you, I'm going to feel pretty bad because I'll have your attention. And I came there to see you. I didn't come there to watch TV. If the Price is Right is more important than whatever I'm doing there, then tell me and I'll go home. It really bothers me to talk to somebody. Now, for one thing, it's real difficult. Maybe it's because I have to pay attention to people, because I don't hear well. And I have to watch you. And if you're watching TV and talking to me, I can't see your lips, so I don't know half the time what you're telling me. So I'm in trouble. David had a real hard time of extreme loneliness here. In the 142nd Psalm, verse 4, he says, "I looked on my right hand and beheld, but there was no man that would know me. Refuge failed me. No man. No man cared for my soul. Nobody cared. It's awful to come to church and feel like nobody cares. This is the place where people ought to care. We don't have heart monitors on like the ICU units do, right? The intensive care. We don't have heart monitors. We don't have nursing staff that stops in every so often and checks on them. But we do have people. I called Shirley up and said, Shirley, I missed you Sunday night. Shirley said, I got excited kissing this guy. No, that's not what she said. But I missed Shirley, and I didn't call her up to chew her out. I honestly missed her. You know, and she said, time got away from me. And I know that. Time got away from me tonight. I was, back there when I should have been up here already. I got to give her a hard time once in a while. Nobody cares. If nobody ever calls, if nobody ever says, I miss you, if nobody ever sends, pray. I'll tell you something. Pray for me and my sister right now. I've called. I've got messages. I've got to answer. I feel hurt. I don't know why. If I've done something, I wish she'd call me up and say, hey, Terry, why did you? That I can handle. I know if I mess up, let me know what it is. Okay? Maybe I can take care of it. But to ignore,
I watched my time today because I was visiting Jean. She said, today's Wednesday, don't you go to church? So I left there 20 after 5.
All right. We had company. We had to leave our company at the house tonight. All right. Things happen. Things do happen like that. But please help people. Ought to bear. Okay? Ought to bear. If you do that, it helps people have hope. Somebody says, you don't know what I'm going through. Pete Kuda's not here. I have Pete on my list of deacons. He's down at the bottom. And it says, not that he's been non-fellowship. Right now it's just not fair. But he's on my list of deacons. He's not on our board. He's on mine. And I pray for him. Pete and I went up visiting one time. We went to 3 places. All 3 places the people had a problem. All 3 places I didn't know what to tell them. All 3 places Pete had been through what they'd been through. Pete gave them an excellent advice. All 3 places. Don't rule people out. Right? This is a place of hope.
That's right.
Hope. I hope that he gets his life straightened out. I hope he comes back and works. I hope he does. I really do. I really do. I'm not going to rule anybody out. Don't do that. Okay? I hope everybody would agree with me. All right. We're a couple of minutes over. Hope. We need hope. All right, Brother Rick, would you close us tonight, please?
Heavenly Father,